And we're back with another leftist trying to cancel me because their feelings got hurt. This is Courtney. Hi, Courtney. Courtney, who also goes by Candy Corn, is an interior designer or whatever who likes to bully people with false DMCA claims. I got this email yesterday from YouTube saying, "Hi, think before you sleep." Hi, YouTube. I'm sure this will be good news. YouTube always emails creators when they have good news. That was sarcasm, by the way. If YouTube is emailing you, it's something bad most of the time. We received a copyright removal request for your video. Based on applicable copyright law, we removed your video from YouTube. Then it says the video title is Why the LGBT Movement is Failing, which is a video that I did that primarily features Lily Tino that talks about LGBT activists trying to force people to absorb their political values or lose their jobs, as well as other abusive behavior from activists. And yes, this is the one that Asmongold reacted to.
I had no idea this video was going to be this based. This was insane. Holy shit, wow. He really cooked with this. This was a really, really great video. Make sure to give this guy a like. Think before you sleep.
Thanks. YouTube says that the content that was claimed was found between 1 minute and 55 seconds and 2 minutes and 5 seconds. 10 seconds. I got claimed for 10 seconds of content. You're joking, right? 10 seconds of content from this video here about being non-binary. Now, obviously, I'm not going to play it because the creator of it, Courtney, will just use that as an excuse to strike this video too. But let's be honest, it's not about me using 10 seconds of a 40-second video. My video does not act as a replacement for Courtney's, and obviously in every video I cover, I'm adding commentary to be as transformative as possible. So this is not about copyright infringement or my video acting as a replacement for the source video, and thus taking away potential revenue from a video that got a stunning 8,000 views after 5 months, which I'm sure amounts to less than $1 of YouTube Shorts revenue. What's actually happening here is that I got a copyright strike filed because Courtney was mad that I criticized the non-binary video. And I mean, was I wrong? Let's hear what I said. Because as soon as you see the wacky hair color and the nose ring, oh wait, this person actually doesn't have a nose ring. Shocking. But when regular people see the wacky outfits, they know they're about to deal with a very difficult or annoying person. Or a narcissist. Like I said, was I wrong? Courtney is kind of being a difficult person here. And at 28 or so years old, Courtney, do you really think someone calling you difficult is so offensive that you have to file a takedown notice, which not only hurts my income, but destroys the 30 or so hours I spent making that video and puts a mark on my channel that can subject it to deletion? I mean, shit, did I go after your job because I thought you were cringe? Actually, speaking of Nintendo and speaking of the fact that Courtney doesn't actually give a shit about copyright law, this is just an attempt to censor my content. But if you go to the non-binary video, this one here, and you listen to the background music, you can hear that Courtney is using this song from the Nintendo Wii store for the entire 40-second video. Now, I can't play the video because then Courtney will use that as an excuse to give me a second copyright strike, but if you don't believe me, you can just watch it for yourself. Of course, if you're going to do that, then be polite, don't write mean comments, and don't dislike bomb the video. All that does is give Courtney an excuse to continue playing victim. But I have to ask Courtney, did you get permission from Nintendo to use this as background music for your video? I doubt it, because Nintendo is famous for being incredibly protective of their intellectual property, to almost an abusive extent. Yet you played the song for 42 seconds without any sort of commentary or transformative change. This is clearly copyright infringement. But that's not the only example. Courtney actually uses copyrighted material quite frequently. Here's a different short that, again, I'm not going to play, but it does contain 6 seconds of the intro to the first season of the Pokemon anime. There's no transformative change of the source material, there's no commentary on it. It's used to enhance the background of the video, and if that's done without permission from Nintendo, or whoever owns the rights to the anime, then it's copyright infringement. And gee, if you aren't getting permission, then it would be a shame if someone pointed out to companies like Ghibli or Nintendo or Time Warner just how much you use their intellectual property in your videos. Of course, that's not even the most ironic thing. Courtney does a lot of activism on Instagram with posts like this one, talking about how you shouldn't be allowed to celebrate the 4th of July because all the races in America don't have freedom. I have no idea what that means because in the modern day, all of the races listed in this post had the same inalienable rights that were fought for in the 1700s. But speaking of freedom, what about freedom of speech? Freedom of speech is the right to say things that people don't like. That's the only time that free speech matters because no one is throwing a person in jail or filing a takedown request over speech they agree with. Ironically, or maybe not ironically, this is exactly what I was talking about in the video that Courtney is trying to censor, and the problem I have with LGBT activists, though let me be clear like I was in the original video, I have no problem with LGBT people. I'm specifically talking about the activists and their fascistic behavior to censor anything they don't like and ruin the lives of people who don't share their values. You're the oppressor, Courtney. You're the one abusing the system to silence people that you don't like. So anyway, of course I'll be fighting this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.